What's going on, everyone? This is Smitty here, and just giving my overall thoughts in regards to Live 15 and just overall in regards to the ball, ball gaming element right now. Well, I should say the ball gaming marketplace, with 2K and Live being out there. Now, I'm giving this game a score, in terms of the gameplay here. Now, I didn't do it for 2K, so I'm going to give that real quick before I get into this Live. First, I'll put it like this: NBA 2K15, I give that game an 8 in terms of gameplay. Now, Live 15, I give it a 6.5. And the reason why I say 2K, I give it an 8 is because that game is over animated, and it's pretty much giving us we're pretty much getting the exact same kind of experience every year, just with more animations. The freelance offense and everything they talk about, that's in 2K. I'm glad they have it in there, but real talk, that was in Live 10. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad to see it, but I'm not blown away. Like, OMG, I can't believe they did. Like, no, the animations are great. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that 2K has great animations, but I'm sick and tired of the animation takeover. Okay, I'm sick and tired of them. I'm sick and tired of not having true ball tangibility yet in the game. Like, all these animations, but no true ball tangibility is in the game yet. It's part-time. It still is on that part-time basis. There's no way, and I'll say it like this. Like I said on the show, Live 15 right here. Live 15, this should be the equivalent of a Division III basketball team. And NBA 2K is the NBA, that's a squad in the NBA. Favorite team, San Antonio Spurs, going against a D3 collegiate squad. Okay? The only positive thing that Live should be able to say is that, well, we released it. That's the equivalent of a D3 team saying, you know what? Hey, at least everybody made it to the court safe. You know what I'm saying? At least we all made it to the arena safe. That's all they should be able to say. There's no excuse why Live has better ball tangibility, has better player physics in terms of those ragdoll physics, and better overall control. There's no excuse for that. You see what I'm saying? Now, is Live the definitive basketball gaming experience that we've all been looking for yet out of EA? No, it's not. Those dudes are years off. But there's no way they should be able to they shouldn't have nothing on 2K right now. That's why I give 2K an 8. I'm not concerned about servers and online play because that's not really my forte. That's not my cup of tea. Those are for other guys. Now, if I factored in the servers and everything, now I'd drop the game score down to a 6. But it ain't even about that. This is about just the core gameplay. Because ultimately, regardless of how many modes you got and how many features and bells and whistles you have to play these games. You have to play. The gameplay is what's going to keep you focused. That's what's going to keep you entertained. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to keep you wanting to play the game in general, because of what you see, what you're visually stimulated by. Okay? So with Live, I mean, like I said, the few things I pointed out there, the control and everything, they expanded upon what they had in Live 14. The player step locomotion is great. Not being stuck in these takeover animations. I mean, you do get stuck in those animations at times. Don't get me wrong for one moment. You do get stuck in those animations. But it doesn't happen at nearly the rate that you would experience in 2K basketball. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I want it to go even further than that. I want it to be just what's like my man Sim says, organic. Just let physics dictate what goes on. Let the player's size and their stature, let that matter first and foremost, and then the player's skill ratings kick in. That should take place, not animation sequence A, B, C, or D taking over. Like, no, skip all that. You know, like we need to see the gameplay. We need to see gameplay take the center court right here. Legitimate gameplay in regards to basketball. Now, live is a arcade-esque, arcade feeling gameplay experience with simulation elements in it. In terms of the play calling, the team schemes, the defensive adjustments you can make for as a team as well as individually. Like, yeah, it has a lot of good stuff there. It has a lot of good elements there. But even when it comes to the AI and the controls and the responsiveness from the settings and adjustments you make, it does a good job for the most part. But due to the limited amount of animations, or the limited and lack of animations, as well as when it comes to shooting the ball, you have a great deal of shot success, even on alley-oops. And I do like the fact that live they definitely tuned it, because I have heard of cases where somebody in one game they scored 42 points off of alley-oops. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. You shouldn't be able to do anything like that. So, they definitely tuned it where, the success is definitely lowered, but you still have it where you can come into the, you can throw the ball up and the recipient will just come through the lane and push all defenders. They just get motion shifted out of the way and go up for the dunk. If you have traffic in the way of you trying to catch the oop, those players' bodies need to be tangible, okay? They need to be tangible, and it's going to halt your teammates' progress should be halted, and then the ball just sails out of bounds or into the opposing team's hands. Plain and simple. Otherwise, jump up and try and catch it yourself. Even with the post game, once again, the post game is very stiff. There, like everybody from the 1 to the 5 spot, everybody plays the post the exact same way on offense and defense. That must change, okay? Everybody does not play it the exact same way. They definitely need to put a full concentrated focus in rebuilding how the defensive play is. Even and when it comes to, now what I will say is, when it comes to the player physics, I want to point out this positive in that regard. I do like the collisions. I do like how it comes especially when it comes to calling fouls. Calling fouls on layups, dunks, even on jump shots. I like it. I catch myself going into instant replay a lot, and it's happening good. I would say a good 60 to 70% of the time it plays out on point, where I'll go up for a jump shot, and I'll see the defender make contact with the shooting arm or with the hand, or hit him in the chest, trying to run out and contest the jumper or whatever. Like, I see it play out properly. So I'm liking it as a base, but it's something they definitely need to build upon and enhance for the future. No question about that. But they definitely need to get the percentage in terms of shot success. They got to fix that. Especially when it comes to the fourth quarter AI logic on the CPU side of the ball too. They definitely need to address that. As they get really simplistic when it comes to late game situations in terms of what they should or should not do, especially when they're behind. So, like I said, overall, this game, it's a fun experience, but it's not the definitive sim experience. It's a fun option, but it's not the sim defining option. Not yet. Maybe in another 2 years, maybe next year it'll be a lot closer to that, but at this point it's pretty raw in that sim area, but it gives you a decent gameplay experience. So, but that's pretty much all I got to say for this game at this point. I'll definitely have more vids talking about the game in other areas and things of that nature, so stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. Every Thursday night, tune in to the Sim Standard Radio Show featuring myself, Sim F-Ball Critic, and the Zero Effect,
The link is in the description to listen in and to call in. The number is 914-338-0794.